Greetings, everyone. Scotty Reed here, and I'm producing this report just to let you know. I know some of you don't care, but for those who do care, that there are people out there in the world who believe that genocide is permissible. I did a program with a African American woman, also classifies herself as a black woman, but says that she identifies more with Ashkenazi Jews than she does with her own people, who themselves have been the victims of an ongoing Holocaust and genocide. Now, just here is a report by Mediate.com, as you can see. They captured a screenshot from the website, The Times of Israel. And as you can see the headline, when genocide is permissible. Now, you know, when I brought up the fact on that radio program that you had a Israeli politician, she's not the only one. You had rabbis and you had other people saying, you know, calling for the genocide against the Palestinian people. Now, they said while they didn't agree, they thought that it was incorrect for them to call for genocide. They said, oh, but, you know, freedom of speech. In a democracy, you get to have freedom of speech. But, you know, now that you mentioned, but since you mentioned that, and this has just really, really disgusted me, okay, but there's an Israeli female politician. I think she like the economic minister or something. And on Facebook, she called for genocide against the Palestinian people. So
I agree.
You know, that's sick.
You're right. I agree. But I would not support that. I don't support to just go and kill to be killed. I don't support that. It doesn't represent me as Israeli. She could say whatever she wants all day long.
But that's a politician. That's
you have freedom of speech,
wow.
So you can say whatever you want. That doesn't mean that people...
You can say whatever you want. It is a very...
Oh, you can? So
yeah.
We're going to excuse that under freedom of speech?
It's a democratic country. You know, we do allow, you know, we have gay marriage. We don't tell you what to believe or what not to believe or what to say and what not to say.
So it's okay for her to say that under freedom of speech, but, you know, not non-Israelis to say that Israel should be wiped out. It's okay for me to say that.
I am not saying
you
it's not
can
okay.
Say it. You can say it. That doesn't mean we think it's right.
But it sounds like y'all justifying it by saying let me use this analogy. All right. The murder music that comes out of the music industry, you know, they pick these rappers that talk about putting date rape drugs in women's drinks and, you know, selling drugs and killing people and stuff like that. And people want to defend that garbage under the First Amendment. But I know that, like Malcolm X said, media is the most powerful entity on the face of the planet. It controls the minds of the masses. It can make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. And so I've read plenty of media studies that show that media can control a person or cause them to engage in certain behaviors. And so it is terrible for any person, I don't care what side they are on, to call for somebody's genocide, to murder somebody. No, that might even be a crime under international law. I have to check. But I don't buy that people should be able to say what they want, because there are consequences.
We disagree then.
There's consequences to that speech.
I believe in the freedom of speech. And if you start making, you know, sort of standards, it goes into a slippery slope. Well, you said X about this group, so therefore we don't like you. Oh, so you are a Democrat, so we don't like you. If you espouse X number of ideas, we find that offensive, and therefore
Chloe, let's not mix message. No, it's not a slippery slope to be opposed to genocide. Okay, to be opposed to genocide and to say that a politician, a person in power, a person with influence, all right, tell me that what Hitler said about Jews didn't have a traumatic impact on what happened to those people. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset, and let me calm down. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Now, you think about that. Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda master of the Nazi Party, produced a whole lot of propaganda to justify the genocide that was being committed against the Jews, to get the German people to go along with the extermination camps and the rounding up of Jews and all of that horrific type of stuff. But then here you have the descendants of those Ashkenazi, which translate into European or German Jews who are now living in Israel and practicing genocide, racism, and white supremacy, and they have their propaganda masters publishing articles about when genocide is permissible. So just so you know what we dealing with here, all right, for those who actually care about human beings being slaughtered and want to stop genocide no matter who is being perpetrated against, I just want to let y'all know that they still calling for that. Now, when they get caught producing this type of propaganda and somebody points it out, then what they do is they'll delete it. So I'll try to find the original. I went to the timesofisrael.com website and I typed in genocide, but I'll just type in the title of the article. I couldn't find anything when I just typed in genocide. So it's when genocide is permissible. And let's see if the article is still there. When genocide is permissible. Okay, let's do a search, see if it comes up. Post removed. So, okay, there you go. That's what came up. It did a web search. All right, so again, they already been caught, and that's the great thing about technology and those who are citizen reporters and provide alternative media to the people. But just to let you know, genocide is going on in Palestine, being perpetrated by the Ashkenazi European Jews, white people, against non-white people. Just so you know. Support independent black media. Make a donation today to Black Talk Media Project. This is Scotty Reed. I'm out.